Hi VC, this is Aaron, Mutha Alamere, and today I'm going through some finds I got from an estate sale this weekend, and it was a lot of stuff there. I spent 3 days there. The first day was they're open for 2 hours from 5 to 7, and that's when it's crazy nuts with people. Just it's crazy, and they've been advertising it for a couple weeks and showing pictures of the records. There's about 700 records, a few thousand CDs, music equipment. They had a bunch of guns, like 40 guns, so there's a lot of people there for that, so it got really crowded. I got there about an hour early, and I was still 30th back in line. And I thought, oh, I'm shot, I'm not going to find anything. But luckily, I tend to go for stuff that is more obscure because I have a lot of the common stuff already, which was lucky for me. By the time I got down there on the first day, there was already a person at every box of records except for one. So I was going through that, and I found some of the best ones in that first box. I mean, I was amazed that they were in that one because it was. And then I found a couple of really cool box sets. Every record was like $1 to $3, except for the two box sets I got. One of the box sets was sealed, and it was like $40, but it's probably paid too much for that one. But I didn't have it, and it was sealed. And my other box set was over $100, and I was very happy to find that one, and I'll be showing those. I don't know if I'll get to the CDs. I got about 90 CDs and about 125 records. I'll show most of the records, not the real common ones that I already had in my collection. I bought a couple upgrade copies or just doubles that I liked. See how it works is the first day you go there and it's a short thing, and then the second day I went back and there was hardly any people, so I dug through them really slow, got a bunch of good stuff, and the third day is half price, so I went and got everything else that was left that was decent. So I also bought a new stereo there, which is really cool. I'm still trying to figure out how to get it hooked up right. It's a pretty nice stereo, and I got new speakers, which are really nice, and I'll be showing those in an upcoming video. I'm just going to stick to the records, and if I have time, I'll get to a few of the CDs, but mainly I'll just focus on the records today. So, first up is the sealed box that I got. This is Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. I probably paid too much for it, but I wanted it, and it's sealed, never been opened, 5 LPs. Need it in my collection. Now all the rest of these were $1 to $3 a piece, and there's some really good stuff. I mean, it's everywhere from classic rock to hard rock to psych to prog. There's some blues, there's some jazz fusion, all kinds of stuff. This guy had a pretty good collection. I mean, there was over 700 records. By the time I got out the third day, there was probably 50 or 60 records left. So, I mean, that was just all the stuff you see at the regular stores. So here I'll start up here with the Motels with Little Robbers. I used to own this on cassette back in the 80s, but I've never owned it on vinyl, so I was happy to find that. Nice clean copy. All these records, almost every single one, maybe 5 of the 125 records I got were VG quality. Everything else was VG plus to near mint on the vinyl part. Some of the records were a little worn because he didn't have them in sleeves, but I mean, I'm happy to get them. Here's Montrose with Jump on it. Montrose I was missing. I used to own it, but I don't own it anymore. Well, I do now again. Really good record. I love Montrose. And this was a really, really nice find here. This is a mono version. John Lee Hooker and Seven Nights. Nice old blues record. Mono, original OG pressing. And there's the label. I'll show the labels. I know a lot of people really like that. And then here's a Sly Stone recorded in San Francisco. Didn't have any Sly Stone or Sly and the Family Stone, amazingly, but I bought this. Like I said, by the time I got through there, I bought everything that was decent that was left. First day I bought 2 stacks of records. I mean, I could barely hold them all. Bob Dylan, the band. I didn't have this. I believe this is Bob Dylan's first live record. It's with the band. I don't actually have any band stuff, which is surprising because I like them. There we go. This is ELO's second record on the third day. Like some ELO. I've never actually heard this one. And here's some really nice blues records here I found. John Mayall, Empty Rooms. Really nice find here. I like John Mayall and the Polydor label. Another John Mayall. This is John Mayall, Jerry McGee, and Laurie Taylor with Memories. It's a gatefold. So I now have about 7 or 8 John Mayall records with these ones I got here, including Blues Breaker stuff. And then here's my last John Mayall I found was Through the Years. It's a double record. Nice gatefold on it. I think there's a leaf in there. I still need to wash them all. I've cataloged all these records, but it's gonna be a chore to wash them all. You know, that's the hardest part about buying records, is going through and cleaning them. Then I got Alvin Lee and Mylon Lefevre, I believe is how you pronounce it, On the Road to Freedom. Probably butchered his name. This is a nice find too. I like Alvin Lee, of course, from 10 Years After. Great guitarist. And this was a cool one because I don't have any by this band. I like them. This is Quicksilver with Anthology. So it's a double record. The best of Quicksilver Messenger Service. Really good band. And that's what the labels are. Give me a little Grand Funk with the live record. Little beat up cover, but the vinyl's nice. You know, for a couple bucks a piece, I couldn't pass any of these up. And then this is a band I've never actually heard, but I got 2 albums by them. This is the self-titled Wet Willie. I believe it's Southern rock, which I really like. So I'll be interested to, that's a pretty cool cover. I'll be interested to hear this one. And there's the label, the Capricorn. And then one more Wet Willie record. This is Dixie Rock. And a different Capricorn label there. You need sleeve in there. And this is a nice one here. This is Steve Howe with Beginnings. Pretty cool cover. I think, yeah, that's a cool cover. It's a gatefold. Interesting looking label there. And then I already have the first one of this. This is the second part, which is cool. I'm a kind of a completist. Duane Allman, the Anthology Volume 2. And this is, I like Duane Allman from the Allman Brothers, of course, but this one here is kind of cool. It's not got a lot of Allman Brothers stuff. It's mainly a lot of stuff he played on with other artists. So it's got like Aretha Franklin, King Curtis, Otis Rush, you know, Ronnie Hawkins, Wilson Pickett. But he was the guitarist on all these. That's just a small sample of what's on there. It's a pretty good record there. And these 2 were German pressings. The only 2 in the whole batch that were German. All the rest was American. And this is a Crazy Horse German pressing. It's coming apart a little. I'll have to glue that, fix it up there. Reprise Records. And then Crazy Horse Loose, another German pressing. And you can tell the German pressings just from holding the sleeves. They're just different feeling. And of course, I looked them up too. And then here's some Rick Wakeman with No Earthly Connection. And this has a little foil thing in there you're supposed to put on there, and it gets a reflection of the whole thing. Probably on the back as well. But it came with that too. There it is. And then some Greg Allman Laid Back. This guy had some pretty good stuff. Most of the best stuff's coming up, but I mean, all these are pretty good. And I already had this, but my covers of this are hammered, and this is very, very nice looking cover. And this is the Moody Blues. I've never actually seen it complete like that, because every one I've had has been so worn, couldn't really tell what was going on there. But it's a really trippy looking cover. This is On the Threshold of a Dream, of course. Really good record too. And there's the label. And this is pretty cool because it came with a big booklet, which I've never seen. I've had multiple copies of this over my life, and I've never seen this booklet in there. I'm sure a lot of you have. It's out of the lyrics. You know, pretty cool 12-page booklet. And then this Moody Blues I didn't have. It's one of the ones I didn't have. I'm still missing a few of there. So this is To Our Children's Children's Children. Say that 5 times fast, or 10. Another really cool cover. They had great covers, Moody Blues. Really good band. And there's the label there, a Blue Threshold. And next up, I've got some Billy Cobham with Spectrum. I think this is jazz fusion. I'm not big into jazz, but I like to get fusion stuff. I don't really know jazz that well. It's never been my thing, but I pick it up when I see it for cheap. Some of it's pretty good, especially the fusion. I like that. And then another Billy Cobham with Magic. Another gatefold. believe he's a drummer, which is cool because I love drumming. I used to be a drummer. Kind of, I thought I was. And then another one here. This is Billy Cobham George Duke Band with live on tour in Europe. Pretty cool cover there too. Wow. I'll have to check these out. See if I like them. And then I got Moontan by Golden Earring. Of course, it has Radar Love on it. I was missing this one. Got some tape on the bottom, but the record's really nice. There's a label there. Of course, they had different covers of this. I'd like to find the other cover. I like Golden Earring quite a bit. Alright, and next up I got Little Feat with Let It Roll. It's an 80s record from them. My first Little Feat record. This is PFM with Chocolate Kings. Never heard this record, but I've seen it on the VC a couple times. The Outlaws with Lady in Waiting. It's one of them I was missing. I got a few Outlaws records, but I already showed those other ones in my other videos, and they're doubles, so I just tried to show the stuff I haven't already shown here. And then this is kind of different for me, but it's John Prine debut record. I know my dad likes him a lot, so I bought the John Prine records. They were $1 a piece. I think I looked these up on Discogs, and they're actually worth quite a bit, these old John Prines. I got 3 of them. And the one from the 80s was worth the most. That's what kind of surprised me. Then Diamonds in the Rough. My first John Prine records. I know he just passed away from COVID, I think, actually, half a year or so ago. And then German Afternoons. This one was actually worth like a 65 median on Discogs. I was surprised. And there's the label there. And here's a band I've never heard, but I'd recognize a member when I looked at it. This is Grinder Switch with Red Wing. It's got Steve Miller in there. I've never heard Grinder Switch. Got some Buddy Miles with A Message to the People. Like Buddy Miles, great drummer. Of course, he was in Band of Gypsies with Jimi Hendrix. Killer cover there. And there's the label. Got some Focus with Mother, or Mother Focus. I don't know what they... This guy, I think he was into prog. There's a lot of prog and psych type stuff. Pretty cool. And this one I've never seen before, but I'm sure a lot of you probably know it. It's a Madura. I think it's a psych album. And it's a radio demonstration copy. Cover Sing Better Days, but the records are in really nice shape. It's a double record. There's the labels there. And some Les Dudek. And another Les Dudek. This is called Say No More. Never heard him, but I'm pretty sure I'll like him. And I got some Chilliwack. Some ringware there, but the record's really nice. This one I never heard, but I recognize the drummer, so I bought it. This is Charlie with Fantasy Girls. Has Steve Gadd on the drums. Of course, he's a great drummer. Here's one I was missing, James Gang with Miami. Great record here. And the first Sugarloaf, I didn't have this. I have their second one. I like them a lot. Was happy to find Sugarloaf. Good band. And there's the label. There's another really good band. This is Wishbone Ash with double album live dates. Like some Wishbone Ash. Always like to add to my collection of them. Really great band. And here's a Ruby Star and Grey Ghost. Some Emerson, Lake and Palmer with Tarkus. I was missing this one. I got some of them, but I don't have this. So, and you go upside down for the inside. That's kind of weird. And there's a label on that one. Some Ram Jam. Of course, Black Betty's on there. Everyone knows that song. And I thought someone scribbled a marker on there, but I looked it up, and that's how it is. It's Ron Wood with I Got My Own Album Too. Keith Richards is also on this record. It's pretty cool. I've never heard this, so I'll give this a spin and see what it sounds like. Here's a pretty good blues record here. Mike Bloomfield, Al Cooper, and Steve Stills with Super Session. And I don't really know this band, but I bought them because it looked interesting. This is Point Blank on a Roll. And Point Blank, The Hard Way. So Mom's Apple Pie. Kind of a, I thought this was, it's got some, you know, it's kind of beat, the cover is. It's got some tape on it, but there's the label there. And this is Variation with Moroccan Roll with Variations. Never heard them either. Some Cold Blood. Another one I haven't heard. And that's a pretty interesting label there. San Francisco label. So I imagine this is psych music. And I got me some Molly Hatchet with Take No Prisoners. Didn't have this one. Like Molly Hatchet. Great band. And also Beating the Odds, which I didn't have. So a couple more to my Molly Hatchet collection, which is nice. And this was my favorite one I found, except for my box set. Well, one of my favorite ones, not my favorite. This is Rainbow Straight Between the Eyes, which I didn't have, which I'm very excited to have this. I'm a huge Rainbow fan. And I won't take that one out. And this one here I was very surprised to find. This is Atomic Rooster and Hearing Of. So Atomic Rooster for like $3. Not bad. There's the gatefold there. And then I got me some Supertramp with Famous Last Words, which I didn't have. Added my Supertramp collection, like them. Some John Mellencamp with the Lonesome Jubilee, which I didn't actually own, only on CD. And yeah, I won't take all these out, most of them. I got some, I already had these, but these are original presses, so I bought them. This is Steve Earle with Guitar Town. I like Steve Earle. And there's the label there. And then Steve Earle and Dukes with Exito. If they're not easy, I won't take them out, because I'm going pretty long here already. Ian Hunter with All American Alien Boy. Of course, he's a great musician. And this is a pretty cool one. This is Big Bamboo, Cheech and Chong. And let's see if I can open it up. There we go. And it's got the paper in there. Very clean paper. Not wrinkled or anything. Very nice. And here was a really nice find here for $3, of course. Obscured by Clouds by Pink Floyd. OG copy. Which is one of the ones I was missing by them. There's 2 Floyds in here on the Harvest, of course. And then this one, which I've been hunting for a long time. Momentary Lapse of Reason. Really cool to find this one. This was out when I was in high school, I think, and so I really know this one pretty well. Really great record. And here's a cool one. This is a Great Grape. Moby Grape. Best of Moby Grape record. I've never seen this, but I'm sure a lot of the Psych fans know this, but I'm sure. And then this here was a pretty cool one here. This is Free with Highway. And this is the one I was really surprised to find for $3. This is an OG copy. My only King Crimson record I own. I've never owned anything by them. This is an OG copy of this. Very happy to find this, especially for that cheap. Really nice shape. The record looks, at least VG plus. Very nice. Covers even VG plus. Really clean copy. And then I found this series, Time Life series, that were pretty cool. 1964 classic rock. The beat goes on. And, you know, I could get into this. It's going to take me an hour to read off all the people in it. I'll kind of show it, and if you want to pause your video, you can look and see what's on. They're all on double records. These are like near mint. I'll just kind of show these quickly before I get to my main big find, which was, and then there's another one, 1964. There's the track list. These have great artists on them and songs that I don't have on anything. So that was really cool. 1965 classic rock one. They're all gatefolds, but I'm running out of time here. 1965 classic rock again. Another different one. They all have nice gatefolds, you know. And the records, I'll show you one of them. There's what the labels are looking like. And these are all near mint, all this series here. It's like they've never been played. 1966. And 1967. 1968. And 1969. Okay, now this is my best find I got, and I'm really happy to have found this. It cost me a little bit of money, but I was happy to pay it, and it's actually about a third of what it goes for on Discogs. It's from 1987, the Beatles collection, and there goes my Beatles clock right on cue. I didn't plan that, and this is like never been played. Of course, it's got. Here, I'll pull them out. I'll show what the records are in here, and this is really cool because they're the British releases. So there are a lot. I only have 2 British release Beatles. I have a lot of Beatles, but all mine are U.S. releases, and all these are British release. So they're different tracks, different. So this has Please Please Me, and these are all like mint, near mint, every one of them. So I was amazed to find this with the Beatles. Most people already know what's in it, but I'll just show them. Hard Day's Night, of course, and my Hard Day's Night is the other cover that I had, so that's pretty cool. The Beatles for Sale, which I actually didn't even own at all. It's got a gatefold there, and every one of these records look like they've never been played. They're just immaculate. Help, I had the other cover of Help, of course, and all these, the track listings are so different than the U.S. releases, especially like Rubber Soul. I'll take one out just to show you how clean they are. There you go. They're just like, it's like they've never been played. I'll still clean them anyway though. I kind of like to do that. So then some Revolver. This is a different track listing, of course. And then Sgt. Pepper. Great record, of course. Then we got the White Album. And some Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road, and the later ones, the track listings aren't really different. It's all those earlier ones from Revolver forward. Let It Be, and this one I didn't have at all. This is the Beatles Rarities. So there we go. That's my records I got there. I'll have to do the CDs and stereo maybe in a different section. I got some really some harder rock CDs, which is really cool. A lot of really good CDs too, about 90 of them. So a couple box sets, and I'll show one of them because I just happened to give this away as a VCLT, and I just found it again. So it's easy top 6-pack. That was pretty cool. And yeah, so there we go. That's my my record finds from this weekend's estate sale. That's why I haven't been doing any videos. I've been so busy with this. Next up, I'll do a contest entry, maybe 2 of them, I don't know, at least one, and then I'll get back to my series I'm doing. So, all right, everybody, thanks, and rock on.